So the idea for StoryBox started when I was at a St. Clair's Guild meeting, and one of our women had started a little free library outside the church with her husband. And we loved that idea. And later in the meeting, someone else was bringing up the idea of little pantries in areas where there are food deserts. And so I think the wheels started turning at that time, and I started kind of put the two ideas together and wondered if maybe we could put little libraries in areas where they wouldn't be started on their own, where someone maybe hadn't thought to put one, and where kids might not have books in their homes. And it really didn't take a lot of research to get a good understanding of how many homes there are in our community that may have no books at all, and how important it is to have books in the home in areas where literacy is an issue. And we certainly have that here. We realized pretty quickly that people were interested in supporting it, so we thought, well, let's see if we can partner with our closest school, which is Abra Mary. We decided really from the beginning that we didn't want to just give the kids books, we also wanted to read the books to them. So we made it a story time, and after we read the story, everybody in the classroom gets a copy of the book to take home and keep.
Our population between 350 to 400. We are a Title I school that is a reflection of all Richmond County schools. There are students that might not have the resources that the other students might have too. So this is a great opportunity when we get these books too to share that with these students. It's amazing to see the kids. They get so excited when Amanda or Miss Pat will come in and they will read that book. But then after they read that book, they said, now this is your own personal copy. And some of the kids are like, what? And they're like, yes, you get to take this home, and this is your copy, knowing like, oh, this is a hardback book that belongs to me, not to the library that I have to bring back each week, but that this is my own. And that it means something, like you can't even just put in words. There are lots of transient students that come in and out of our schools. They might not stay as long, and they go to another school. So giving them this part that they feel like they're part of something, that someone is sharing and showing that love to them, to have their own book too that they can keep, especially when there are some students that are homeless, and so they're staying in a hotel or with a friend on a sofa. So this gives them something that belongs to them.
We have expanded to other schools that are in the vicinity where we feel like there's greater need. We have started giving out books at the community meals where we serve with Christ Church in Harrisburg. We do that once a month. We take, sometimes we take games, and we take a box of books, and whoever's there that wants books can take them. We have added them into our Laundry Love ministry. It folds in really well with that because there are usually families there and kids, and they take books and they read them while they're there waiting, doing their laundry. We take books to the local health department, and the waiting room doesn't have any reading material for kids, but it's often full of kids. So, and these are books that they can read not just while they're in the waiting room, but they can take them home with them as well.
I think it's a real good program. Miss Peacock, when she arrived, she over there had a big old smile. She really represents her name, very colorful. And the kids enjoy the books as well. Sometimes, some of the appointments take a little longer than expected. So, it's a real good program, and we really appreciate it.
One thing that I really love is we have one family that I have seen at Sandhills at the community center, and I've seen them at the community meal in Harrisburg and also at Laundry Love. And I know that every time I see them, they take a few books home. There are 5 kids at home. And I just love thinking about how many books, they're getting in their home and having their own little library in their house. And the younger ones, they just had a new baby will be growing up, having her brothers and sisters reading to her. So that's one of the fun things. And one other thing, I work at a middle school, and I usually, when I take a case of books to an elementary school, I'll usually have 10 or 12 books left over. So I had a lot of little end of cases, and I took them to my middle school at Christmas and let the kids wrap books for their siblings. And they had so much fun, and they said it really feels like Christmas now because they were wrapping up presents and putting names on them, and it was a lot of fun. It just felt like a privilege to be able to do that with them.